Hi, everyone, and welcome to Let's Storykit It, the show where we turn your content into videos. And we're, of course, going to do that by using Storykit. It's our own amazing AI driven text to video tool. My name is Jonna Ekman, and I'm the marketing director at Storykit. And
I'm Heidi Bodal and I'm community manager at Storykit.
creating a lot of video every week. And the company we're going to dig into today is Skyresponse. Gonna read a bit here in my notes. It's a Swedish SaaS company offering a platform that handles, administrates, and distributes alarms and events to the right person or systems. This is obviously, as many SaaS products, a quite complex solution, but part of a very important puzzle, making sure that people who sets off an alarm get the right help as quickly as possible. So I'm guessing that Skyresponse, as pretty much any company out there or every company out there, is struggling to get that complex information out there in pieces that people can consume, be interested in, engage with, and so forth. We all do that every day. So today we're going to show you, I think you've made almost 20 videos for Skyresponse.
Something like that.
And we've just scratched the surface of all the good things that could be done from just browsing around on their homepage. But before we dive into Skyresponse's content, we are going to show you a quick recording of how you create these videos. So let's start with that. This is the tool, and I'm going to start our little recording, and you're going to tell me what's happening.
What isn't shown in this video, but what I did before was that I built a branded theme for Skyresponse, just as any user can do in Storykit. I've imported the logo, the colors, and their font. So I started off with that, and then I just found a blog post that I thought was really interesting. Just copy pasted the URL, shoved it into the AI. It grabs all of the content for me. And I chose a creator, which is the kind of output that you want.
Yeah, format, if you will.
And I chose 3 key takeaways because I think it's a great, it's a great format, especially for blog posts because they can be a bit text heavy. So it just more or less gives me the 3 most important things. And I get a storyboard from it. I'm checking that it looks good, which I thought it did. And I've also beforehand built what we call an asset library.
Yeah.
So there are background clips or images, if you like, that just emphasizes and highlights what's in the text.
Yeah.
So the content was there and I used it.
So that's how fast you can do it. There are loads of other ways to create videos in Storykit too, but that's one of the quickest. And we want to see the result, of course. So this is the video. And we have taken away the music, but the AI has also chosen music from our huge music library. So if we'd want to listen, we would have a little nice song to this too. So you've made videos like this, and that's what we're going to go through. So why is this so important? Well, one of the things I see when companies start out with video, when they start thinking about, oh, we should do video because we've heard that it works, we've heard that it's good, they often think that that doing video is creating something new. So I have video, I need to do new content, I need to create new things, I have to have a specific video strategy with specific things in that video strategy. And what we've seen is that that's often very difficult because you need to come up with new ideas. It's super time and resource driven. It's just difficult to keep that consistency that you need on social. And you also forget about the huge content library that almost every company out there already has, We oftentimes call it a gold mine, because it truly is a gold mine to just start digging into companies' content. And another thing we see people do is that they think that video on social has to be something that the company might not be. It needs to be fun, it needs to be dancing, we need to be like making people laugh all the time. And we tend to forget that we're actually there to communicate the things we communicate. I mean, all the blog posts and white papers and all of that stuff on your page, that is the important thing. And blending that up with something fun and entertaining, of course, but we can't forget about communicating the actual things that we are there to communicate. So that's why we've dug into Skyresponse's page. And this is, in many ways, it's really nice. I love the colors. They just rebranded. Um, and in many ways, it's a very straightforward SaaS company site. You got the platform, the solutions, the partners, the resources, the About Us page. And this is where we've dug in. And you can see just by looking at this that there are huge amounts of copy, content, stories that we're just gonna grab. So, why should you start with your homepage? Well, first of all, as I said, this is content and copy that is already written. Someone has put resources, time, money, research, everything into just getting those out there. And we under distribute our own content all the time. We write a blog post, it takes us 2 days, and then we put it out there, maybe one post, and then we move on. And it's such a waste, because you could probably create 10, 15 videos or different types of posts to get that content out there. It's also stories and messaging that is 100% on brand. And we've been talking about a lot about this lately, that being on brand is also oftentimes misconceived as using the right colors, using the right logo, and that's important, of course. But being off message is like the nightmare for any marketer, saying the wrong things. And if you use your own content, you will just know that this is fine. And as I said, they're just sitting there waiting to be communicated. And even if they're old, even if they're 2 years old, they're probably still things that are evergreen, stories that you can just tell over and over again. And you already have the assets. Many times you have images, you have the brand, and also in a tool like ours, anyone can do it. So why not? And with that, let's go into Skyresponse's page. Are you ready, Heidi?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Now. So we started out with the blog post, of course. And I mean, this is probably the most obvious gold mine where you can find stories and videos, ideas. This is the place where marketers more or less bend over backwards to find value for people top of funnel or your customers, but also trying to nudge people down that marketing funnel. So blog posts, of course. And what have you done here?
So this is another version of the one that we showed in the recording in the beginning. This is a snappier, shorter one, like produced for distribution. So it's actually just one slide. It gives us the headline, and it's a great way to drive traffic. Makes people want to know more. To just the headline and just a small little line about what it's about. But it's perfect for brand awareness. And just as you said, the time and the effort that was spent writing this whole thing, I mean, that's already done.
Yeah.
So it's just getting it out there. And I mean, I'd like to say that, I mean, at least for me, and I guess also for you, like for the past 5 years, the way that I find information is on social.
Yeah.
So that's where we have to put it. And this is just one way of getting it out there.
Yeah, we often talk about trailer for articles. And that's what this is. The first one you saw there was just a way of making people see it and maybe want to click and read more. So you're not really conveying any information here, but just like putting it out there. But you've also made this.
Yeah, and this is the longer one. So I'm thinking, yeah, as you were talking about working down the funnel. The second one here is great for just in-feed content. Like you're scrolling, you get some educational content, just showing that Skyresponse is really good at what they're doing. Like they know these kind of things.
Yeah.
And then actually you can just keep on scrolling more or less. So just making, I mean, this is like probably one of the best things you can do on social is, I mean, platforms love when you keep someone at the platform.
Yeah.
So just consume something in a minute. It's the algorithms love it. The audience loves it.
Yeah.
So blog posts, there are tons of storytelling formats that you can choose in Storykit. And these are just two of them.
Yeah. And it's super trendy right now to talk about no-click content. That's what this is. Just bringing that information out there. Because of course you want people to come to your page and convert and all of that. But we need to remember that, what do they say? 95% of all the people who sees your stuff are not, or in your target audience, aren't in a buying mode. And that's what this helps with. Just putting you out there, showing that you know stuff. Really good. Let's move on to the white paper. And I mean, white papers and reports talk about gold mines. I mean, and also talk about spending time, effort, resources into building something that is often just distributed with one post, like read our new white paper. And then it's like, okay, no one read it. Of course they didn't. So this is a bundle of joy, I would say. And what have you done here? You've done not just one, but 6 videos.
And these are actually just made from one of the first paragraphs in the white paper. I mean, their white papers are just as ours, probably text heavy. They're complex. I mean, alarm handling and platforms, SaaS platforms are complex. So yeah, just I took, I think maybe one page and turned only that into 6 videos. So I mean, one white paper could easily become 20
gazillion videos. One of the rules that we have talked about for years is that the biggest mistake people do when they create video is trying to say too much in one video. And we have the golden rule: one subject, one target audience, one video. So just do one thing at the time. And if you start narrowing down those target audiences and those subjects, all of a sudden you have so many videos to make. And we still forget about this sometimes. You just told me yesterday, like, I thought of doing a list, but I realized that I should do just one video per listicle thing.
Exactly.
And then I have my distribution calendar for the rest of the week. Not just to be lazy.
No.
It's quite the opposite. But because that's the best way to convey these things, especially if they're a bit complex, especially if they're a bit difficult to grasp. Super nice. Okay, so this is the About page.
Exactly.
Oh, and I just need to say, the About page, I love the About pages. If I look for a tool, if I look for a solution, I always go to the About pages. I don't know, it's just important today. It's, it's employer branding, of course. People who look for jobs at your organization, they will most definitely go to your LinkedIn page or to your Facebook page and see what's happening. And they will look at the About Us page. And this is where you can create like a real, I mean, you will show your vision, you will show your mission. These are the things that you're proud of. And of course, you shouldn't be talking about yourself too much. That is like, it's almost frowned upon among marketers to talk about yourself. But if you never talk about yourself, and especially if you forget about telling the things that are really nice, I've seen like About Us pages with huge amounts of content about things they do for the environment, things they do for the world, things they do. And you don't know because they're just, as I said, sitting there. So we are Skyresponse, and you did one little sweet video.
Yeah, this just really wanted to use the branding because I think it's so crisp. I love the colors combined. So this is more of a visualization of the about us page and the small nice things to know. What like the about us page and social has in common is that we use it to build trust.
Yeah.
And I think this is a great way. I immediately started visualizing this page on from our slides point
Yeah.
of view. So it was really easy to just recreate with the colors and just grabbing the copy
Yeah.
that's so well written because people spend time trying to figure out how to convey their mission and vision in the best possible way. So it's more or less just copy paste.
Yeah, it's super nice and could also work as an ad, actually.
Mm.
Not as the only ad, but as one of them. And this is still on the about page.
Yeah, just scrolled a little down, and I mean, people love numbers. They're a
Mhm.
great way to hook a viewer in on social. So I just took them and
Grab them.
grabbed them, and inserted. We have a very nice slide for this. I mean, these numbers are um, they're cool. They're big.
Yeah.
This is really the kind of stuff that you want to get out there. This builds trust. I mean, 560 million alarms handled.
Mm.
This is someone you can trust for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's so much about building trust. And people talk a lot about thought leadership these days. And it's super nice if you can have like the subject matter expert talking about these things. But you can also build trust in a million different ways, like showing off your very nice numbers. Employees.
I love doing employee videos at Storykit
Yeah.
because they are great for engagement and reach
Yeah.
on social.
People
People
love people.
people love people, and we're proud that people found us, came
Mm.
to our place, and that's something that you want to highlight.
Yeah.
And same thing here. The interview is conducted. Someone's spoken to Erika. Um,
She has obviously sent an image of herself.
Yeah. which I just recklessly went online and took.
Yes.
But it's
Yeah.
our best performing posts, one of them. So
When we do
do it
things
ourselves.
with employees. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be so complex. I mean, in this case, it looks like, we're just guessing here, that she might have taken a selfie and she has told someone who has written this about what she loves working at the company and what's interesting. And once again, building personality, authority, trust, and also this is true authenticity. We talk so much today about being authentic, and no one really knows what that is. I think this is authentic, like showing an actual employee what they love about the company. Super nice. I'm gonna move on. This is a customer case, isn't it?
It is.
And that's one of my favorites. I actually wrote down. Wait, I need to look, because I love customer cases. I love doing customer cases. That's the best for me. It's one of the best ways for a marketer to get to talk to your customers. And you also get the nice experience of talking to a very happy customer. So it's super interesting for you as a marketer. But this is where your product really comes alive. I mean, this is where you can show that your SaaS platform is actually changing people's lives. It's doing things to help, in this case, alarms, helping people. In our case, it makes marketers work easier, much easier, makes people proud to be able to create video. That's where it comes alive. And it also ticks so many boxes because you get to talk about your product in a way that is nice and not directly so salesy. You get that social proof that is gold. You get someone else to tell people why your product is so darn good, and you breathe life into what you're doing. This is like where your product truly comes to life. And you have created, I don't know, videos.
I guess.
So tell us.
Made with the AI. It grabs the storytelling, of course, and how Skyresponse has helped this company, and some quotes, which are, I mean, the most powerful thing you can probably post on social. Disclaimer that this is not Marcelo. This is a stock image.
You didn't find an image of Marcelo. Well,
but I mean, people are looking to their peers when they're buying a new product. So, I mean, the more case studies you can get out there, the better. And this is also just one way of presenting a case study. You could, as we'll see, just use the quote. Make people want to read more. Just use the headline, the challenge that the person in the that Marcelo had, and how Skyresponse gave them the solution.
Yeah, it truly is the best way. We use it for everything. We use it. Customer cases or testimonials are our best performing ads. They are our most loved content. They are super good for internal pride. It also helps our salespeople and our SDRs to do their job even better. It just works for everything. So if you can, just make them. It doesn't have to be so difficult too. I've read like so many questions in different forums about how do you do, what questions do you ask? The first thing is just ask, like, can I do a case study with you? Most of the time people say yes. And we do as simple as possible. We just do an interview. We don't go there filming. We don't book their time a lot. We do like a 20-minute interview, ask like problem, solution, what do you love, and so forth. Would you recommend it? And just put it out there.
I totally agree, and I also just want to like emphasize what you said. So powerful and nice for people to use in outreach. Because you have to be kind of high intent to actually go into someone's webpage and search for a longer customer story. But for a person just sending a 40-second video, this is how we helped people. I mean, anyone can watch a 40-second video, and so much better than posting a link in any way. That's
true.
So good.
Here. Okay, so here we have. Oh, you also said that you could just use the quote.
This was on the perhaps about us page. I mean, it's great. It's there. Went to Mikael's LinkedIn and stole his picture. It's one slide. And I also found some great copy on another part of the web page that was we don't simply sell, we build relationships. I mean,
love that.
That's so good. You have to get it out there. It's too good to just be sitting on a web page.
Skyresponse, get it out there. We love it. Oh, that's super interesting. And yeah, I want to emphasize what you said, the faces. Faces. If you can use them, do it. And recruitment ads.
Yep. Took the web URL. The AI grabbed the content for me. This is in Swedish, which is great because this is localization. If you're based in Stockholm or any other place in Sweden, you're gonna probably look for a Swedish-speaking person. So, but that's not a problem. The AI covers most languages.
So you did one in English too?
I did. I had to. It translated it for me, but still using the same text. And I mean, here's also great copy about the company that you can reuse in other ways. I mean, because you want to describe to a job-seeking person what the company does and why you should choose them, and that's also social proof.
Yeah. And I mean, doing social recruiting, as they call it, is, I mean, everyone knows that it's super important today, but you can also do that in so many different ways when it comes to video or posting. I mean, you can, as we said, do a trailer for a recruitment ad, just wanting people to click and get there. You can do the video that tells all about the job. You can do a specific video just to make your friends in your networks share the video in their networks. You can use this in so many ways to just put that role out there. So super nice. And there's webinars, of course. What SaaS company doesn't have webinars? And making people come to your webinar is one thing, and that's what this video is about.
Yeah, so this is webinars use video to get people to sign up, give them the nice takeaways, and yeah, make people watch them on demand.
Yep.
So this is actually the text that is before the actual webinar on the page. I grabbed that and found the picture of the speaker. You can pause at any time in the webinar, just write down a quote, use that. It's also great.
Yeah, definitely. Because there's one thing to create the videos to make people come to the webinar, but then afterwards, like on this page, you have the actual webinar, and hoping that people will go in there and watch the, I don't know how long this is, but 45-minute webinar. Every marketer know that it'll probably not work as good as you wish. But once again, having those trailers to get people to find it, and second of all, taking information from the webinar and putting it out there so the things that you've talked about comes alive. So a webinar can become so many things. We talk all the time about repurposing, and that's what this is. So we're going to end with product. Should we talk about our product in social media? Well, of course you should, but then you should do it in a way that is, if not fun and entertaining, at least simple and interesting. One thing that one of my biggest realizations the last couple of months is that I've talked to so many clients that have say 500,000 followers on LinkedIn, and they still worry about what they should say on social media. And it's like, well, if you have 500,000 followers following you on LinkedIn, they don't want to know about anything else than you and what you do and what you know about and things like that. So you shouldn't be afraid of talking about these things, but doing it in a way that's interesting. And this is one way. You made a list.
I made a list. People love lists. It's easy to consume. The brain likes it because you know the story behind it, or like how it's gonna go. So I used a little of their logos or an icon, just to emphasize the branding. And yeah, I think this could also be 4 videos if you want.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think this is also the kind of that was a very dark logo that I chose. But yeah,
it's easy to do that again.
Yes,
that's one of the good things. And then you made a couple of more videos about products. Here we have ensuring safety. Here we have something about their response center. And here about protect, care, and take action every time. You've used the AI for this, haven't you?
I have, yes. And I think I can only speak for myself, but I think there are a lot of marketers who's a bit afraid of product videos because you have to use these cool animations or a mascot for the company. Since it's in the cloud, it can feel hard to visualize the product, but you don't have to. No. You can just tell people what you do and what you know and inspire, educate, all of that, because you already have the text about what you do.
Yeah. And another thing here is that trying to because as we've said, many SaaS platforms have quite complex solutions. Even the simple ones are quite complex when it comes to product. Taking those a bit complex text and make them into a quick and swift and perky little video script might feel super, super daunting. And you can get so much help from the AI here because it does do the groundwork. And then you can change it if you felt like, oh, this was a bit wrong, or this was a bit off, or it's too long, or if it's too short, or whatever. But just getting that first help to come to something it works like a charm. So yeah, I think that was it from us. So the takeaways here: don't forget about your gold mine. Create videos and do a lot of videos because you want to tell those stories one by one, not try to tell too many stories in one go. And also, if you want us to Storykit your content and dig into your gold mine that we are sure that you have, just grab Heidi or me on LinkedIn, Heidi Bordal, Jonna Ekman, and send us a DM, and we'll put you on our list of companies that we want to check out. So, till next time, thank you for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.